Yeah, so I now have kids of my own. Yeah, 3 boys, ages 6, 3, and 1. Yeah, they're cute. Very cute. But I feel like I have been hazed by them since conception. I mean, pregnancy destroyed my body. And then, when I'm getting ready to deliver, the hospital tells me they are a baby-friendly hospital, which actually means hostile to the mother. Yeah, because they didn't care about me anymore. And they were like, the baby cannot leave your side at all. So I'm like, I just spent 26 hours pushing out a human being, and you expect us to get to know each other right now? I mean, can I get a glass for the bottle of wine I have in my hospital bag? Can I take a nap? Something. And then, immediately start breastfeeding. Right, and that's where I learned how much pain I could tolerate before I screamed. Yeah. And it was difficult, So when I got home, my dad, who's very sweet, called me to ask how I was doing, Hillina, how's everything going? Is the baby eating? Is he sucking on your nipples? Dad? I guess that's what he's doing. Anybody else in here have your dad ask you about your nipples? So, that was the English as a second language version of Is he breastfeeding? Yeah, but it became too difficult for many reasons, and I moved on from that to formula. And then I went to a Mommy and Me class. And breastfeeding moms are basically an evil cult. Yeah, because I was in there, and they were all, showing off, whipping out their breasts. Babies were like, all over the place. And here I was, shaking my bottle of formula. And they were looking at me like, oh my God. Look at her, getting ready to feed that baby a McDonald's milkshake. And I was like, I am so calm and not petty. So I just said, you know what, my baby's gonna be just fine drinking this formula. Okay, but your breasts, they will never be the same. Yeah, so my babies grow up to be cute toddlers, but in my house they're actually gangsters. Yeah, and the newest member of a gang always has to prove himself, right? So my 1-year-old knows he's not supposed to do something. He does his slow walk, just staring at me with his big eyes. I'm like, don't you touch that. Don't you. Don't. He has no fear. Okay? Gangsters, they think they're running things. Threatening people, think it's their territory. So my 3-year-old, after he turns our club into, he turns our house into an after-hours club after we go to sleep. Yeah, literally, we wake up, the kitchen's been ransacked, snacks are everywhere, toys on the floor, the TV's on, he's laid out on the couch with a red ring around his mouth, drunk from Kool-Aid. We're like, who did you have over? And our 6-year-old, well, he's literally had me crying in a corner before. Like, please, just listen to me. And he just looks at me like, oh, she's weak. And he tries to threaten me with things like, Mommy, that art that I made that you love, yeah, if you don't let me do what I want to do, I'm gonna rip it up. I'm like, I'm not begging for mercy anymore. Hand that over. Took care of that for you. Who's gangsta now? Yeah, so I'm thinking about sending my kids to a North Korean military camp. Because they've got obedience on point there, okay? And some excellent choreography. I mean, my kids are going to be coming home from school like, homework's done, mommy. Y'all know that North Korean choreography, don't you? But you know what my biggest fear is? A minivan. Yeah, like people try to tell me, like, it's a dream. And I'm like, no, that is the dream killer. Okay, we went to a dealership to look for a car recently, and the man saw us with our kids, and he says, well, how about this minivan? And I had like an involuntary reaction. I was like, get that thing away from me. Yeah, because if I'm stepping out of a minivan, I better look like Beyonce. Okay? Hair all blowing in the wind. People going, oh my God, she has kids? Wow! But I'm a few surgeries and about 400 million away from being Beyonce. So there is no minivan in my future.